Hey folks, Thursday was the second night of auditions on Season 3 of The X Factor, and this might come as a surprise to some of you, but they split the contestants into 4 different categories. I don't know why they felt the need to remind us of that before and after every single audition. They probably could fit in about a half a dozen more auditions if they hadn't explained the rules every 3 minutes, but I guess Mario Lopez needs to do something to earn his paycheck until the live shows start. Anyway, the first audition of the night was from 21-year-old Yosselin Marquez. She compares herself to Paulina Rubio, except better. I'll just have to take her word for that one, because I really don't even know what Paulina sounds like, but apparently I'm not the only one that doesn't know anything about one of the judges. Jocelyn doesn't know who Simon Cowell is. Or she pretended not to anyway. I don't really believe that, though, because even just standing in line to audition for this show, you are going to hear his name mentioned about 1,000,000 times, and it became even more obvious to me that she wasn't really serious with her audition when she pulled out her phone so she could read the lyrics karaoke style. She sang Only Girl in the World by Rihanna, and it was really just too bad to be real, so clearly it was a no for her. Moving on to the next one. Next up was 19-year-old Thomas Weiderspoon. He's only ever sang for his friends and family, and apparently none of them had the heart or the guts to tell him that he's not any good. So he made a spectacle of himself singing Your Man by Josh Turner, better known by most people as Baby Lock Them Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low. You know, ever since Scotty McCreery sang that song on Season 10 of American Idol, every young guy with a deep voice thinks that he's destined for superstardom, and Thomas clearly is not. But bad singing is actually the least of his problems. I have not seen anybody look that awkward and uncomfortable on the X Factor stage since Khloe Kardashian was there. Simon said that he was stiff like an overstarched shirt, so it was a no for him. Next up was 15-year-old pageant girl Carrigan Bradley. She screeched some song out. I'm not even sure what it was, but Kelly told her that she needed more edge. Simon said that would be like trying to cut down a tree with a banana. Who the hell is writing his insults this year? 41-year-old Amber Ferrari tried to impersonate Janis Joplin singing Piece of My Heart. I don't know why anybody would think it would be a good idea to audition with this overdone old song. Drunk guys probably loved this lady on karaoke night at the saloon, but Simon said it was like a goldfish trying to be a shark, so it was a no for her. Next up was Kiki and Bit. Now, they are best friends that call themselves K and B, but they're probably not best friends anymore after making Livin La Vida Loca even more intolerable than it already was. Now they're probably going to fight over which one of them shot their chance at superstardom, but guess what, girls? You both did. 28-year-old Sean Harris squeaked out Amazing Grace, and Demi said that it was like an elephant trying to skydive with a tiny parachute indoors. Of course, she was making fun of Simon Cowell. I thought that was the best comment of the night from the judges' table, because his little analogies really are getting silly this season, aren't they? And we're only on the 2nd episode. Next up was 15-year-old Rylie Brown. She said that she's been practicing one song for the past month and a half, and that she knows it backward and forward, every way except the right way, I guess. Because when she started singing Clarity, she totally forgot the words. Eventually, she got back into the song. Now, I think forgetting lyrics occasionally, it can be a forgivable offense if your voice is amazing enough to make up the difference, but I didn't really think hers was. I thought it was just average at best. I mean, it wasn't horrific or anything like that, but I think she could use a couple more years, though, because it was a little bit all over the place. The crowd seemed to love it, though, and the judges, they acted like she was the bee's knees. I didn't get it. Simon said that she messed up, but who cares with a voice like that? He loved her maturity and control. Is he for real? I didn't really hear very much control from her. Demi said that she doesn't sound 15, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot when they say it to damn near every 15-year-old that comes in there. For some reason, it was 4 yeses for Rylie. Next up was 36-year-old Jeff Brinkman. He runs a doggy daycare, so I know that wins him points with a lot of people right from the get-go. I'm more of a cat person myself, though. Jeff's wife couldn't be at the audition with him because she's in the hospital with her baby who was born 6 weeks early, and he said that being born early was like a thumbs up from his baby girl to go for it. Oh, yeah! How gracious of your daughter to have the insight to be a preemie so she wouldn't spoil your audition. Anyway, he's saying, "You are so beautiful." I wasn't crazy about it. I thought his voice was kind of calm and sounded like a lot of other people. Sounded a little bit like Joe Cocker. Too much like the original, but just not as good. Good for a bar singer, I guess, but I don't know. I would have asked him to sing something else because it sounded more like an impersonation than anything. And what's he going to do on Madonna Week? No, now simmer down, gays. I don't know if there is going to be a Madonna Week. It was just an example. Anyway, of course, it was 4 yeses for Jeff. The judges loved him. Kelly loved his sincerity. Paulina thinks that he's fresh and original. I don't know what she was talking about with that. I didn't hear anything original. Demi thinks that he could sell records, and coming off of this show, probably not. Simon thought it was a brilliant vocal. Whatever happened to the tough-to-please Simon of yesteryear? I don't know, but I miss that Simon. Anyway, next up was Jocelyn Hinton. She's 34, but she says that she looks 24. Well, honey, I'm 34 too, and if you look 24, then so do I. That girl needs to get her eyes checked or something. She must have dropped some eyelash glue down in her eyes or something because... Did y'all see them eyelashes? My God, they are supposed to enhance your look, but when they're big enough to sweep the floor, it's a little bit too much. Anyway, she attempted to sing Katy Perry's Firework, forgot the words, and then tried to sing about a half a dozen other songs before Simon eventually got up and escorted her off the stage. He told her to try again next year. Yeah, right. Like there's gonna be a next year. Next up was 29-year-old Rachel Potter. Now, she feels like this is going to be her last chance to make it since she's so dang old. I'll bet all the people there that actually are old just wanted to slap the daylights out of that girl. She acted like she had to break out of the nursing home to come to her audition. For the life of me, I don't know how she made it all the way out on that stage without her walker, but she did. For her audition, she sang Somebody to Love, countryfied, or so she said. I thought it was really great, but it didn't sound that country to me. She probably isn't going to win over the hardcore country fans anyway, because, I mean, she sang a Queen song while her gays cheered her on backstage, but this gay is cheering her on, too. She was hands down the best of the night, and she got a standing ovation from everyone except Simon, but he loved her, too. Kelly said that she was a beast, and so it was 4 yeses for her. Next up was 22-year-old man whore Jorge Pena. He loves the ladies. Well, he is a very good-looking guy, but I wonder how many women shut him down as soon as they find out that he drives the ice cream truck. That is like one of the creepiest professions in the world. I've always thought it was a front for criminal activity because with the cost of gas these days, how do you make money from an ice cream truck? I just don't know. Anyway, Jorge thought he already had the ladies in his pocket before he ever sang the first note. Backstage, he said that he wanted Paulina, but that he likes Demi more. Demi Moore? Well, son, you go for it then, because you'd be right up Demi Moore's alley. And I hear that she's on the prowl these days. Anyway, the ladies hated his attitude, but for some reason, they liked his singing, so he got 4 yeses anyway. The song he sang wasn't even in my native tongue, and I could tell that he didn't sound very good. I would have given him a big fat no, though, just for that nasty yellow tongue. You wash your mouth out before you get on national television. What was he, sucking on banana pops out in an ice cream truck or something? I don't know. Next up was 19-year-old Simone Torres. One of her favorite things to do is speed rap, which is when somebody raps so fast that you can't really understand a word they're saying. If I'm being totally honest, though, I couldn't really understand what she was saying when she was singing, either. All of her words seemed to run together. She sang Mustang Sally, and she sounded great, but like I said, her words weren't very clear, and I didn't think it was a great song choice, because it's a very repetitive song. I don't really like that song, but I do think she has a lot of potential, especially once the style team gets a hold of her. The judges adored her. Paulina didn't expect her to sing like that. Demi wanted to hug her, and Kelly said it was one of the best auditions of the day. And after a lame fake-out from Simon, he said that it was the best audition. His fake-outs are so predictable, aren't they? Anyway, she got 4 enthusiastic yeses. I wonder why they didn't give her a standing ovation, because they've stood for several people that they seem to like less than they actually liked her. There is just no rhyme or reason at the judges' table, is it? It was adorable watching Simone's dad cry backstage, though, and she was crying on stage. If you didn't smile when you were watching that, then clearly you just don't have a heart. I know a lot of people think that I don't have a heart, but I do. It's cold and frozen over most of the time, but it thaws out every once in a while. Have y'all noticed that, like, they show everybody's father backstage? Everybody's dad looks like the same one. It's like they have a professional dad backstage that is just everybody's dad. They all look like the same person. Anyway, next up was 56-year-old Russ Pouliot. He has 4 years of classical training, and now he's ready to be the next Sinatra. It was your classic joke audition that wasn't really funny. He sang Can't Help Falling in Love with You. He sounded like a mix of Shakira and a donkey. Paulina told him that the thing that he does is best used in moderation. Simon said that it sounded like he was drowning. Demi said that's what she imagined that Simon would sound like singing, and it pretty much is. Kelly grabbed the mic from Russ and put it in Simon's face, and Simon sang a few notes of the song. It sounded exactly like the same person. Next up was girl group Roxxy Montana. It's 3 sisters that have basically been sponging off mom and dad while trying to get their singing career off the ground. They didn't tell their parents, though, that they were going to go to the audition because apparently they're getting ready to cut off the gravy train, and I guess they're supposed to be going to college or something. Anyway, they sang One Night Only by Jennifer Hudson. I did not like it at all, and the judges weren't too crazy about it either, so they had them sing another song. So they sang a church song a cappella. I didn't think it was that much better. A little bit better, maybe, but it wasn't as great as the judges made it out to be. They loved it. Kelly said that they sang their faces off, and Simon thinks they're the best group ever to audition for X Factor. I didn't get that at all. Next up was 19-year-old Calderon. He's a happy birthday singer at a restaurant, and he wants to win X Factor because he can't imagine working at a restaurant for the rest of his life. Well, I got news for you, Cal. You don't have to. Even if the singing thing doesn't work out, you're only 19, you can just do something else. Anyway, for his audition, he sang Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates, and I quite liked it. He does have this habit, though, of making a lot of goofy faces when he sings, but he got 4 yeses. I suspect, though, he would be a good candidate for one of Simon's manufactured boy bands because good-looking young white boys, they never end up solo on this show, do they? Kelly said that if she was 18, she would like to date Al Calderon. Well, you go for it, Kelly Rowland. You wouldn't be the first singing show judge to rob the cradle. And the last of the night was 41-year-old Subway singer Denise Weeks. She sang The Greatest Love of All, and it was abysmal. Simon stopped her halfway through the song and told her that she was rushing it, so he wanted her to sing it without the music. And so she did, and I thought it sounded exactly the same, just without the music. It was still awful. But you know, this show, they love a good rags to riches story, and that's kind of what they treated this like, but I didn't think that's what it was. She sings in the subway. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people make good money singing in the subway. Demi Lovato was like, I've got a friend that used to live in Grand Central Station. She doesn't live in the subway, she just sings there. So I don't know what Demi was talking about. And I do not know what was wrong with these judges because it didn't sound good to me, but they acted like it was the bee's knees. Especially when they were playing Whitney in the background as Denise was getting her 4 yeses. You could hear the clear contrast. And it wasn't even remotely close. But a lot of the news articles that I've seen after the show, they have her listed as the standout of the night. One article that I saw, the headline was, Denise Weeks brings new passion to a Whitney Houston classic. Whitney Houston could sing that song better right now than Denise Weeks sang it on X Factor. So anyway, that was it for Thursday night. I think my favorites were Rachel Potter, Al Calderon, and Simone Torres, in that order. Leave me a comment and let me know who your favorites were, if you had any favorites. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, come be my Facebook friend, and I'll see y'all next week.